Biden's Banana Republic ends on November 5th, 2024.
There's a remarkable story, and we're in a funny game, which is...
As you know, Biden and the radical left Democrats claim to be defending democracy. He's always talking about democracy. He doesn't know what the word means. He can't define it. Define it for us, Joe.
There's a remarkable story, and we're in a funny game, which is, are we allowed to say what that story is? Because to say it, to analyze it, to name it, is to bring it into view. I think we don't understand why the censorship is behaving the way it is. We don't understand why it's in the shadows. We don't understand why our news is acting in a bizarre fashion. So let's just set the stage, given that that was in February, just referred to as the rules-based international order. It's an interlocking series of agreements, tacit understandings, explicit understandings, clandestine understandings about how the most important structures keep the world free of war and keep markets open. And there has been a system in place, whether understood explicitly or behind the scenes or implicitly, that says that the purpose of the two American parties is to prune the field of populist candidates so that whatever two candidates exist in a face-off are both acceptable to that world order. So what you're trying to do from the point of view, let's take it from the point of view of, let's say, the State Department, the intelligence community, the Defense Department, and major corporations that have to do with international issues, from arms trade to, I don't know, food. What it is, in my opinion, is a collection of safeties so that you don't use the tools of data, let's say, on your masters and attempt to convict them. Well, like, the famous one that I like, which is just so dangerous, it's funny, you can just watch the radioactivity. If you can agree that nothing like Building 7's collapse has ever happened in structural engineering, you can say, well, that is interesting. It's just interesting that no building has ever collapsed like that. No steel building of this height, from flame, whatever. And the instant you say that, some member of a group of 10 friends will say, oh yeah, I bet it was a bunch of thermite placed by Israelis, right, Einstein? And you're thinking, wow, gosh, that seems like a really high penalty to pay for just noticing no building has ever collapsed like that. I'm not saying, I don't believe that.
So it's this kind of pattern match of any type of skepticism with a slippery slope down to the most extreme conspiracy.
And yeah, you're just in error. You took first order counterintuition so that you became superior to the Flat Earth Society, but you're not the guy who's going to figure out the Iran-Contra scandal. Because if I told you the Iran-Contra scandal, it doesn't matter how many documents you look at, you'll still never believe that that was true. It's so insane.
This retconning, this mass lighting, gaslighting at global scale, it is mind-blowing to me that this is done on the internet when everything is held together.
Why?
Because the entire internet is obsessed with pointing out hypocrisy.
No. It's not the entire internet.
A large portion, a very vocal...
A large portion of very small accounts, a large portion of right-of-center accounts. Almost no one in what I considered my world does anything remotely like this. In other words, if you walk into a physics department, good luck finding a Republican. And good luck finding anybody who will believe almost anything that you tell them or will do so publicly. I took a tour through the East Coast, the corridor of great universities, from Massachusetts down to Philadelphia. And, I have many friends and colleagues in this department, and they'd take me into their offices and they'd all close the door and they'd say, you have no idea how bad it is in here. You have no idea how bad it is in here.
Only you can stop them.
Only you can put an end to it.